Hello and welcome to the next installment of, or episode of, Making Mannequin Heads into Planters. Yes, you were surprised by that last word, I'm sure. You didn't know what it was going to be. Crazy, right? So, hi, there's no reason for us to be seeing so much of me. There we go. Oh, sorry. Adjustment. Much better, right? Yes, much better. Oh, and my husband leaves all his crap on my table. So I just move it over to his, and then when he's working down here and I'm not down here, he moves it over to mine. Marriage. So, love him to death, though. Last time we parted, I did the orange on her, which I like it, and I'm going to do one last thing and then she's done. And then I'll spray her with a shellac, let her dry, then put her outside and fill her head with foolish ideas. No, with annuals. So that's going to go. She's going to go. She'll be nice and clean for a hot second, and then she'll be outside. And we'll see what happens with her over time. All right. So I'm going to paint her. And then the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to, this glued up rather well adhered now, and actually a little bit too well. I think this got actually stuck on the side. So those are done. I did start painting the shells, so they're not going to be this garish, or should they be? I don't know. What do you think? I do like the multiple colors. And then what I'm going to do is I think I'm going to do diluted brown on them to weather them, to tone them down from the over the top. I will either dilute the dark brown or the black. I kind of like brown. It's a little bit more organic. It's a lot more organic. Or I will do it with a diluted metallic, which will also tone it down while still giving it some sheen and otherworldliness. So he is in a good process. This one, I am just going to go around the edges and just do a little bit of painting. I'm going to add the gold right here. And when, you may ask, did I decide this without you? Well, oh good Lord, I can't see very well. When there's not that natural light coming in, my eyeballs are failing. I figured it out about 3 seconds before I hit start. So, which is a good time to figure it out, because I looked at her and I went, oh, I know what I want to do next. So this gold goes on very light, which is cool. So I'm going to try to put on a little bit heavier, there we go, a little bit heavier bead, a little bit thicker, because it kind of blends into the brow, which is pretty awesome. There, goes right up there. Kind of a Wonder Woman feel to her now. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. Gal Gadot is amazing. She's definitely, so I had this, well, still do, this thing for Linda Carter when I was growing up. Yes, you can imagine a gay boy being completely in love with Linda Carter. Imagine that. Well, you know what? I always said that if Linda Carter ever just decided, oh my gosh, Patrick, I want to marry you, I would have totally married her. And I mentioned that to Lee, and Lee's just like, my hubby Lee. He's like, yeah, I totally get that. You get a pass with that one. If she suddenly decided that she was in love with me, or that she just simply wanted to marry me. That woman is just, I don't know. There's something about her that's just one of the most beautiful people I've ever seen in my life. The new Wonder Woman, however, is a close second. So, beautiful, just like, not just, oh, she's sexy. Obviously, from a gay boy view, that's kind of not where I was going with it. I mean, she was, and she still is. Holy crap. If you've seen her lately, look her up if you haven't. Holy moly, that woman is absolutely timeless gorgeous. Just spectacularly beautiful, still has that smile, and still has that je ne sais quoi about her that is just a gorgeous, gorgeous thing. There we go. That's very cool. I went a little extra fun with this. Put a little bit on her ears just for a little. Ooh, that's kind of cool. I likey. Let's do that down here. I'm going to bring it right along the hairline. I'll show you in just a second. I know my hands are in the way. I apologize. Getting fun with it. Drawing those lines with the edge of the brush. I'm painting with the thin edge of that brush. Where can you see it? Well, there you go. And pinky on the thing I'm painting, the surface I'm painting, is my approach. Now, you may not do it that way. You can do it however you want and however works for you. Because you know what? That's what this is about. Figuring out how it works for you. I'm going to bring this out. Oops. Bring it back in. Sort of a kind of randomized shape on here. That's cool. I like that. I'm going to bring it down to the ear, and then I'm going to do down around. Bring that through here. I kind of like this. Well, actually, I really like this gold because it gives translucence to it, so you can blend it out where it's not like hard lines and stuff. Oh wow, this really finishes her up. This is pretty fabulous. Love it. I'm going to put it right just on the very inside edges of her eyes to give it an added layer of funkiness in here. Right along that inner edge. There we go. See, what I'm doing is I'm going with flat brush, flat edge, right along the inner edge. Anyone who's done eye makeup knows that, well, wouldn't that be so much easier if you just didn't have eyeballs in the way? That's probably one of the strangest statements I've made so far. Well, no. The drilling or the grinding of the head, that was probably one of the stranger ones. Yeah. You can vote if you'd like to make a comment. What was your strangest moment? I'm going to put a little teeny bit in here. Ding-a-ding-a-ding. Oh, that's awesome. I love those little teeny details that you don't really notice unless you're looking. And then the other place that I was thinking would be kind of cool is just to do it right along. There's a little bit of a ridge right here. And to define this space between the dots and the orange. What it does is it emphasizes the shape of all of this a little bit more, and it ties everything as a sort of transition from that orange, hard orange line. It softens that orange line and ties everything together a little bit more. There we go. Very cool. Do the other side, and then she's going to be actually done. Like completely done, ready to plant, which is awesome. So I took some pictures, sent them to my husband today of the other, the heads I have outside. Basil, who's growing basil. Well, actually, the two I have out there are growing basil. I made some fabulous pesto over the weekend. It's just nice and translucent. It's cool. I'm getting too close. There we go. Easy to do longer lines if you hold it a little bit further back. And where is this going? It's going outside. Remind myself of that. Patrick, stop with the over obsessive and let it be organic. There we go. That's nice. Doesn't have to be super clean and neat. Just want it to be tidy. So right on the little chin there, if you can see it. Yeah. Right around the head. Oh, that's cool. In the eyes. And we're good to go. All right. She's done. She can now be planted. Now, where can I use this gold? Right? We talked about this earlier. Oh, maybe I'll do the gold. It's actually, what is the gold? Bright brass. Yeah, it's bright brass, actually. On the eye, because I'm going to do, I have decided, I don't know if I showed this to you yet. I think this will be, talking about eyes, either go this way. Yeah, I did show you this. Or this way. I like that one. So we're going to do these in gold for right now because I have a little extra paint. I have these two set aside. These beautiful shells that are this shape. And if with the translucence, I think it'll be good. I could use these if I wanted to, but I think these are going to go elsewhere. Maybe one on the chin. Or the super nubby is going to go on the chin. Oh, that's really cool. Love it. So I'm just going to do a light coat on these because I like the red that shines through. Oh, well, apparently that's not going to shine through because when this gold goes on these, I think it's because it's so porous. That gold just went on and sucked right in and did not go on translucent because it's not plastic, but went on super solid. All right, good. That's there. Very good. Get that all in there. I will add a couple of other colors to go with it. Drag off some of that paint. Oh, nice little gold shell. It's an actual shell. You know what I was debating on, you know, it's like, should I actually paint them or should I leave them unpainted? Could I wash the paint off if I don't like it? Yes. So, or how much painted should I do? They don't need to be the same. It's actually better if they're not the same. I'm only going to paint this one as much as the paint allows, which means it's going to go on a little bit drier and be kind of cool because I'll use other colors on it. And I'm leaving that top shell without any paint on it, if you can see that. Maybe drag a little bit more paint off of this one using my finger. Yeah, there we go. There, lighten that up. It's kind of cool. It's a real shell, but it's gold. Love it. All right, so those are in that place. I will wash this brush later. This one now, however, these are good to go where they are. I am not gonna sand around the edges. I like the roughness of the edges. The paint, I can peel it off if I want, whatever. Because it's gonna be outside, I kind of like the roughness of it. I do need to separate this, which got glued back together. There we go, without tearing the top. The glue, you know, how I put it on the top to reinforce that glued edge, that it dripped down. This one is, on the inside, it is very reinforced. It doesn't touch all the way across, but I'm not really concerned about it because it's just so that I can push it in, have the soil on the top, have the soil on the back. Makes a little pocket. See the pocket on the top as a result. Love it, love it, love it. Shells are gonna go on there. And I think because I have the base coat, so what do you think? I'm not really sold on how that lays on there. It's kind of awkward. It's too much shape to it. Maybe we'll go with something like this. I don't know. I don't know. God, goodness knows I have a ton. Oh, that's a cool one. Look at that. That's funky. Maybe just go smaller. Oh, I kind of like that. That is a weird. See, that's good too. But this one, because of the shape of it, sits extremely well right there. All right, let's do that. Let's put a little bit of the glasses on. And then I'm going to, before the end of this one, so let's see if I can even get this to stick on here. We will soon find out. Putting a small bead on the actual piece I'm applying. And then I'm going to lay him down on his back and I'm gonna have to set it on here. Seems like a good place. Sort of a third eye. Oh, third eye comes further down, right? Yeah, third eye comes further down. There we go. I'm gonna turn it so the nubbins are completely down. There. That's good. Let's see what that's gonna, oh, and he's already sticking. That's a good sign, huh? Let him be there. So now I want to show you, as the last thing for today, or one of the last things for today, I've got 5 minutes left, is the tape coming off. I'm good with the gold. So we had talked about that bright brass. I wasn't sure if I was going to leave it. I love the texture that it ended up with. And I like that orange with the, that's pretty cool. Because then we have the solid, really solid of the silver. So we've got those different textures, non-textures, stuff like that. So taking off the tape, you never know what's going to be under the tape. That's what becomes exciting. So here we go. How did we do with the tape? I don't need these on. Let's take this off. I'm going to peel it toward you so you can see better. I'm getting the piece of tape out of the inside first. Just using a nail. And let's peel. Ooh, that's cool. Come right around here. Just let it peel where it wants to peel. I like it. I like it all a lot. All right, so this one's coming down the side. Oops, sorry. Do it on the other hand. Down the side. I know there's like no rhyme or reason to what I'm doing, but that's kind of part of the fun. Well, for me, it's a lot of the fun. It's just making it happen. Two pieces here. Ooh, that's kind of cool. It's like a jagged edge. Now, the question is, do I clean up those edges or do I just leave them as they are? I think I just leave them as they are. I have the choice. I can do either way that I want. There's no like rule to what I'm doing, right? Unless they're too rough and I feel uncomfortable with them, I'm going to leave them. The beauty of it is, if I ended up really not liking them, because they seem messy to me, as you've probably figured out, I don't like things looking messy. I like them intentionally looking, or not intentionally looking, I like them looking intentional. So if, oh, that silver paint just peeled right off. Even with me sanding it down, we'll see what kind of top coat I'll put on this to stick all the, oh, and that took off quite a bit. All right. So that, oops, there's a piece of tape there. I actually like the rough edges. That's done. What? Yes. I like it. So now I've got to figure out, oh, and I love the texture there. I like that. I like that a lot. So if you look at it from farther away and I spin it for you, right? Oh gosh, catching on everything. That's a cool planter. So now I'm going to be putting rocks in the bottom to weight it down. I'll put soil in it. It's completely hollow, so I'm going to be able to actually get a nice amount of soil. I will go to a garden center and get plants. And I am literally going to leave it like this because I think that's cool, but I will need to spray it with a clear coat. So I'm going to figure out which clear coat to use. Yep. Dinner. All right, I'll be right there. Dinner. Yay. Which clear coat to use on it so that it sticks all that stuff down. I'll put light coats on it. I'll spray. I'll include you in that. But I want it to be a clear coat that is going to not get gooey or react to what's under it. So weird thing, gotta admit. Full disclosure. The clear coat that I did on Basil's head with the rubber face, which is so beautiful. I'll show it to you. I'll do a little tour outside of the heads and then maybe work on one when I'm outside or so. Oh, I'll bring them in for you when I'm spraying the other ones. So it made it sticky. It's a clear coat shellac, like a, what is it called when you use it like on boats and stuff like that, right? I can't remember the name of it right now. Anyway, but it is a clear coat meant to be like out in the weather and stuff. So I sprayed it did this great coating. It like solidified the hair into place and really like stabilized the hair. It looks really cool. You go to touch the surface of it, and it's high shine. Touch the surface of it. Like the grossest feeling on the planet, you stick to it. Like it's going on somebody's face and being like trying to pick your fingers off of like a, oh. If only my facial planes were back to this. Anywho, so it's gross. Sticky, gross. Like, and when you pick them off, it's that sound. So I got to figure out something else to use as a top coat. That I think is just going to be what it is. Stuff is starting to stick to it, which is actually kind of cool, like stuff that blows around or rinses off of it. Lessons learned, don't use that stuff. Spar varnish, that's what it is, spar varnish. So anyway, all right, I hope you have a wonderful day. I'm gonna go clean my brush. I now have a couple of gold or bright brass. She is all finished, she's fabulous. I love it, little details here and there. And I knew she needed more, she's got that base. And she looks just so cool. She looks like a superhero. Yeah, I like. And then I'll just put like little plants that crawl and creep outside of her. It'll be a matter of finding the right plants. I have a feeling I saw some at the garden center the other day. So I hope you have a wonderful day. I hope you treat yourself well and treat other people well. And you just gotta keep loving people. No matter how wacky, annoying, and off their rockers they are, just remember they're coming from their space, they're coming from their place. Whatever's making them and putting them in that place is theirs. It's not yours. So you come from you be you, and with aplomb and unabashed. If you don't know what those mean, look them up. Unabashed. All right, so clean up your space, have a blast, and I will see you in the next episode. Subscribe. You don't have to like necessarily, but subscribe or like. Do both. And share it. Share it with your friends. You gotta love it. Bye.